By the end of today's episode, you'll know how to start booking real acting work so you can stop feeling like a classroom actor. Welcome to the Actor's Career Compass, where we help aspiring screen actors find high-quality auditions, sign with great agents, and book major roles in legit productions. I'm your host, Martin Benson, and today we'll be diving deep on the most actionable steps you can take to start getting real acting work right away, particularly paid acting jobs. We'll cover a few things, including steps to take to actually find auditions and be invited to submit self-tapes, how to work past fear of rejection or not being good enough, and a simple mistake that most new actors make that keeps them stuck for years. Ready to dive in? So I was recently asked by one of my consulting clients, I've been acting for 3 years, but I haven't booked any actual paid work. My biggest goal working with you is to stop being a classroom actor. I was like, interesting phrasing, classroom actor. I hadn't heard that one before, but it makes total sense. It can be easy to start feeling like a classroom actor if you've been in a classroom for years and have never been paid for your acting ability. Well, that's all about to change. First thing you need to do is get yourself auditioning. In order to start getting auditions, here's what I recommend you do right away. Number 1, sign up for casting websites like Actors Access, Backstage, and casting networks. Number 2, respond to casting calls at least 5 to 10 times per week. You should be aiming to submit yourself to at least 20 to 40 productions per month if you want to start getting real auditions. Submit yourself for both unpaid and paid roles until you book your first 3 jobs. After 3 jobs, I recommend switching to only paying roles, even if they don't pay that much. Number 3, submit self-tapes. So whenever you get a response and an invite to audition for something, just do it. Even if you don't book the job or if you're fearful about doing it wrong, it's okay. Just get the experience of auditioning and self-taping. Now, I know that this can feel scary, especially if you've been in the classroom for a while. You might be wondering, am I ready? Am I good enough yet? First off, don't be afraid of rejection. Remember, most everyone is never going to hear back from the auditions that they submit to. Don't take it personally. On top of that, most of the time when you submit yourself to these auditions and you audition in front of them, even if you mess up, they're probably going to forget about it within a day or two, or even sooner than that, because they probably see so many other actors also messing up. So there's no reason to be worried about making a fool of yourself, if that's what you're thinking, in front of casting directors or independent filmmakers, especially at the beginning. Okay? Instead, just keep submitting and keep auditioning. You're going to get more comfortable with it over time. It's really a numbers game at the beginning. That's why I'm saying, if you can, aim for 40 submissions per month, and then aim for 4 auditions or self-tape invitations per month, and then aim for 1 booking every few months at the beginning. You're absolutely going to be able to improve those numbers over time, but that should give you an idea of how to set realistic expectations. Next, don't feel that you're not good enough or you're not ready yet. Okay, trust me when I say that 80% of all the actors that I see and I know are submitting themselves out there are not really that great at acting. Many think that they are, but they're just not. I'm not saying that to be offensive. I'm saying it to help you work through your own fears because it is the truth. If you try to critique some of these actors and give them honest feedback, they're going to either ignore you or they're going to argue against it saying, well, my acting teacher says that I'm great. Or, well, I'm booking a number of student films, so I must be good. Well, the fact is, if they rarely ever book paid acting work, chances are high that their acting is not as good as they think it is. So my point here is that even if you worry that your acting isn't good enough, you're probably at least as good as 70 to 80% of other actors who are submitting. Chances are you may be even better than them. The only way to improve is to at least get some real feedback by submitting yourself to see how often you're able to book things. If you book a lot of the auditions that you go to, then you must be pretty decent at acting. And if you never book anything, well, at least now you know for sure that maybe you should look into working with an acting coach. All right, finally, don't feel like you need to wait to be discovered or you need to wait for permission. Okay, too many actors just wait. They go to classes and showcases hoping that they get noticed or that they get signed with an agent. You are ready to start acting in real work now. The sooner you start adding some credits to your resume, even just unpaid student film credits, the better. Again, as I've said numerous times, agents are not going to sign with you unless you have at least a few credits on your resume. The only way to do that is by actually submitting yourself for projects first. You need to build up that resume and you need to get some footage and experience before you can ever hope to be discovered. All right, thanks for listening. Now, if you want to dive even deeper on how to start getting real auditions so that you can get out of the classroom and onto real sets, I highly recommend checking out my podcast called How to Find Acting Auditions ASAP Without an Agent, which is episode number 14. It's going to show you a number of exact steps you can take to start getting out of the classroom and onto the screen. Check it out. Again, episode number 14, How to Find Acting Auditions ASAP Without an Agent on the Actor's Career Compass. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.